What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Fluff Hammer. Today I'm going to be doing how to fix broken spears or weapons using metal rod, and how we're going to make sure that this doesn't happen to your models, and if it does, you can repair them in an easy way that will be sustainable for playing on the tabletop without wobbly weapons. Let's go. What is up? So let's get this going. These staffs and sticks and stuff, they're okay if you do display painting, but if you are painting models to use in games, they can be an absolute nightmare for this kind of stuff. Usually they snap. The problem is once they snap, they're almost an impossible connection point to just keep gluing. So yeah, I take this with me to tournaments to take a little repair kit. I actually went to Heartlands last year, and there was a couple of peoples there who had like Nighthorn with staffs and stuff that were broken, so I helped them out and fixed them for them. So shout out to Speckles. You know, if you know Speckles, he's a wonderful human being, so I don't have any problem fixing his models for him. Anyway, to the point of the story, we're going to replace this with a brass rod. So we started off by where we've got this lovely contour down here on the weapon. We want to keep that, so I've made a nice flat cut using the back edge of your clippers. This edge will give you an angled cut, so use the flat edge on the bit you want to keep. So now up to his hand, we're going to use the flat edge on the bit we want to keep. Nice cut. These clippers are pretty dated, to be fair, but they'll do the job. And again, we've got this lovely angled piece here which we'd like to keep, so we're going to come up to it and do a nice flat cut, and again the back of his hand, a nice flat cut. Next up, we're going to take a hobby scalpel. Be very careful here, and the aim is to just get this surface as flat as possible, which gives us a nice opportunity to drill as flat as possible as well. So I am leaving these kind of side chunks in there. You'll drill mostly through them, but they'll just make for easy kind of mounting, and it won't look bad on the model at all. You can shave them off once the rod is in if you need to, which is good, but always just leave it in. Be careful with the scalpel, they are obviously mega sharp. I've got quite a lot of practice with them, although I still quite regularly do hurt myself with them, so just be careful. Again, just getting a nice straight smooth edge on this, and exactly the same situation with the hand as well. So coming straight down here, just took that off lovely, as you can see. Nice flat surface to do some drilling on. The reason you want a flat surface for drilling is if not, you're going to get a bounce. So as the drill bit hits, it's going to bounce and squirrel, and then you're going to end up way off center, which is not what you want when you're trying to drill a lovely straight hole. And same with the back again, so we've got a lovely straight hole there. Next up, we're going to use the drill bit. I'm using I think it's about 0.6 here, and I'm just going to go that straight through. And I aim to hit straight in the middle of that, and then I'm going to come through from the underside and hopefully go straight through the middle here, and that will join. Don't put your finger where your drill bit's going to come out. Put it slightly off, but support the model so you don't break the arm. There we go. As I said, if you haven't got a perfect flat surface, you'll get that squirreling. There we go, and we're in. There we go. We've met that hole now, which is nice, all the way through. And this is where it gets difficult, because you're going to have to do the same through these bits. So just try, and this is when you can use the trick I went through with the drilling bolters. Use your smallest drill bit, pick up the center and start a hole. And this will be, if anyone does like woodwork or anything, you will know about pilot holes, which is where you kind of drill the hole before you drill a bigger hole to stop any blowouts or anything. There we go, you see I've picked up a nice center there. And same with this bit, and pick up a nice center on here. And pilot holes are great, as you're finding out as well. Like, I'm using 0.6 drill bit, even though I'm going to use a 0.8 bit of rod. So I'm going to use to make a nice little hole in the center, and then I'm going to work out how to make it bigger from there. And there we go. Don't go too far. You can use masking tape on your little drill bit to mask out. Make sure you don't drill all the way through. I'm just going to eyeball it, and there we go. Lovely center hole on that. Picked up the pilot hole really nicely. Hopefully this will do exactly the same. Be careful of your angles. Make sure that the drill bit is facing straight down the shaft. And there we go. Lovely. Straight through as well. You want to drill deep enough as well that you don't want like a millimetre of rod sticking in there. You want to be able to get a nice depth with your rod, because if not, you'll just snap it off here and then it'll be impossible to pin into a pin. So that will be that, and then I'm going to jump up to this bigger drill bit and drill through all those. Okay, so with all the drilling complete, now comes the fun part. So we're going to start with the top of the staff. I'm going to use a little bit of super glue here, just spread it out nicely and glue that into the hole. So as long as you measure the rod you've got, for thickness obviously, you just order what you want to use. Then you can make sure that the drill bit you use matches the rod, so you've got a nice snug fit. Once it's all completely dry, you can take a modelling scalpel and just slice down there if you so choose to. So anyway, there's that bit done. We're going to cut this down a bit because you obviously don't want the staff that's like a metre long. I'm going to guess somewhere around there. But this is the good part, you can literally just choose how big or how small you want it. So there we go. I'm going to give that a little spray with some super glue activator just to make sure that that's on there nicely. And then yeah, so we've got this all done. You can then slide that nicely through the hole here. And you can adjust how deep down you want to hold it. If you want him to hold it a lot closer, you can cut it short. If you want a bit of a stumpy kind of staff, you can have it massively out. If you want to make a longer staff, that looks a bit silly. I'm going to go for somewhere around there, I think. And then a little trick is push the staff a bit further down than you want, apply your glue, and then push that glue with a little bit of a twist up through and fill the handhole with the glue. Ta-da! You can also then twist your staff top if you want it to face a certain direction. As you can see, that's gripped that lovely now. And then you just put a little bit of glue on the bottom. And you can use your staff bottom bit. There we go. And again, like I said, where you've got this lovely beveling on this end bit, once the glue is totally dry, like an hour or so, you can then just shave that away, so you still get your nice angled points from your chaosy staff. And that is how you replace your wobbly staffs with a much more robust metal rod. You can do that with loads of things. You can use it if you break this sword off. You can find some like 0.3 or 0.5 mil brass rod to kind of drill through the hand, give it a bit more support. This is just the best way of fixing fiddly rods and staffs. And like I said, you can then use this to shave this away. As you can see, it's coming away lovely. And then that will pick up the rod at some point. There we go, we've picked up the end of the rod there. And you've got your lovely sharp angled edge for your painting. So there we have it. That is how you replace broken weapons with pinned. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, share. That'd do me a massive favour. If you think there's anything I can do better in these videos or anything you'd love to see, please put it in the comments below. Other than that, enjoy fixing your models. Hopefully this will help a few of you out. Like I said, it's a small investment. These like 22, 23, 24 quid, whatever. It's under £30. There are other ones you can get that are really good. But I've got, like I said, I've got 2 or 3 of these and I absolutely love them. They're so cheap. It cost me more replacing the drill bits, to be fair, but honestly, massive, great investment for drilling out your bolt holes, for pinning your models, pinning stuff to bases, which I'll be doing next. Yeah, great investment. I'll put a little link in down below where I got mine from. It just came from Amazon. I'm not affiliated or paid or anything to say that, so that's totally ad-free. And I will see you all in the next one. Thank you so much. Take care. Just a quick edit as well, something you might want to consider as well. You don't actually have to replace the entire weapon with a brass rod. When you have weapons that are all fancy like this and they snap at this hand joint or snap down here, you can follow the same techniques. So you try and make the cleanest cut and as smooth a surface as possible. Drill as far as you can, well not as far as you can, drill at least 1 centimetre in both directions to give you a lot of traction, and then insert the rod through the middle of the 2 parts and join them back up, and that is how I've fixed staffs like that as well. So you don't need to completely replace the entire weapon. If the weapon is really detailed and you don't want to just have a long bit of metal, you can also, yeah, you can see there, that end I did it. It's snapped off there, and I've just drilled through both, put the rod through the middle, and then you can keep it all like that. So just a little edit. Hope you have fun. See you in the next one.